Colm and Lucy Podcast with Colm Hayes and Lucy Kennedy.
From Nova.ie and Radio Nova.
Welcome along to another Colm and Lucy Podcast. In the next 17 hours, it's not really. Anyway, in the next while, you will hear all about Lucy's Ronnie. We also have some research on underpants, which is very important. We go to the movies with our man Clint. There's a Sillet Bang man that we feel Lucy should probably marry. There was an incident with Lycra that was involving me. It's all on the way. Brent Pope tells us about a letter he received, and we send a letter. And also, we'll bring you all the research to reveal you're old when you do certain things. Oh, I think I've just done it. Anyway, enjoy.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
Okay, so like most women wax, thread, bleach their moustache.
Do they?
Yeah.
My God, the secrets are coming out here, aren't they?
Yeah, of course. Most women, everyone does.
Wow.
Everyone wax. Yeah, I got a pal who shaves her moustache. I think that's a big mistake because it will grow back. She will look like Magnum in about 10 years.
Do women get really hairy faces?
No.
Is it just a mustachio?
No,
area?
it's just like it's. What do you mean? What's a mustachio?
Is it that area that you just get the hair in?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So anyway, I remember my first date with Richard, who, when we've been together for 20 years, I love him.
Yeah.
He must have been pretty keen to have survived our first date. Let me set the scene. Sit back there, Hazy.
Okay.
Okay? Just move anything that's got liquid in it because you might spill it.
Okay.
You're going to get a terrible fright when you hear what I did.
Okay.
So, Rich said, look, on our first date, he said, look, I'll collect you whatever it was, like 8 o'clock, and we'll go out for a drink. So I said, cool. At the time, I was living in Rathfarnham with two of my friends. We were renting. So at about 7:30, I put some Jolene on my lip.
Some what?
Jolene.
What's Jolene?
People will know this. So like it's a bleach. It's how you can bleach your moustache.
Okay.
So it's like a white cream.
All right.
Thought nothing of it. I was just kind of getting ready, blah, 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 blah. At about 20 to 8, the doorbell goes.
Whoa.
I presume, eager.
Yeah,
It's always been very
eager. Whoa.
I just presumed it was like one of my pals who lost their key.
Yeah.
Ran downstairs, opened the door, cue tumbleweed.
Oh, no.
So Richie's face when he saw me standing there.
Oh, God.
With Jolene on my moustache. And he just went, I'm a bit early, aren't I?
Oh, God, no.
And I went,
no.
oh, my God. Ran upstairs with my hand over my moustache.
Which is too late because he's already seen it.
Yeah, and then it was awful. So then I had to get it off, but then it does go red from bleaching.
Then you had a big red.
Yeah, so
underneath it was all red.
Yeah. So I kind of, and then I
Did he
thought,
feel
you know
he was
what?
going out with a freak?
Yeah.
Well.
I looked like Hulk Hogan.
Oh, God.
So then I basically went downstairs. Look, the guy married me. So what I'm trying to say is, moustache or not, it doesn't really matter.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
Okay.
And now I can pass you over to Dr. Underpants.
Otherwise known as Captain Underpants.
Captain Underpants. Oh, you've been promoted
Thank
to
you.
Captain Underpants.
I was actually watching Captain Underpants over the weekend. My children like it. Other parents will sympathise with it. It's not great. It's a
Captain
cartoon.
Underpants.
Anyway, is it normal to wear underwear for longer than a day?
This is what you're bringing to the table?
Yes.
Underpants.
Yes.
Good.
How are you fixed, boys?
I'm fixed at the moment, very well.
Are you wearing underpants today?
Yes, today I decided was going to be Underpants Day.
Good. Clint, are you wearing underpants today?
Just checking, hang
worries
on.
me the way he's checking.
He's actually checking.
Yeah. Well,
Yes,
yes. I have to check Jack.
You would
I
have to check young
check
man,
because Jack is 9 and he tries to go solo.
Yeah.
Solid Commando.
Commando.
Solo commando.
Solo commando.
Yeah, good.
Well, anyway, this is very important. Changing underwear is a normal part of everyday life, right?
God, yes.
But a recent discussion revealed that some men admit they don't change their boxers daily.
Ooh.
28% of men believed wearing the same pair of underpants for 2 days in a row was completely fine.
This is science. They went
And I don't
spoke to so
mean
many
turning
people.
them inside out.
Oh,
I mean just putting them back on in the same position.
People don't do that, turn them inside out, do they?
Some people do, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. So what's the science? Why do you have
So
to
the
change?
science is, health experts are saying it's a bad idea to not change your jocks every day.
Yeah.
Professor Sally Bloomfield
Oh, I like her.
from the London School of Hygiene.
I say that's the cleanest school you can
Isn't
go
that
to.
amazing? I would love.
Can we go?
Yeah, can we go?
Let's go.
Yeah, to the London School of Hygiene.
I'd say you could eat your dinner off the toilet bowl.
They would do.
Why would you want to?
Because just to check it's that clean. It's the London School of Hygiene. There can be nowhere that it's
Isn't
dirty.
it? It's amazing. It's like it doesn't. Yeah.
Can we ring them later?
Yeah.
Well, look. Professor Sally says you shed skin cells at a vast rate all the time. They are called microorganisms.
Yeah.
We all have skin and gut organisms that are usually not harmful on our skin and in our gut, but if they get into the wrong place...
Oh, I know where you're going.
They can cause problems.
Yeah.
Also, if you can't rely on a sniff test for your underwear...
For God's sake.
Some bacteria may be present even without a smell, so just change them. And then another expert says, look, in an emergency, you can get away with wearing the same pair of underpants for 3 days max.
That has to be a huge emergency. You've got to be talking World War there to go with three days.
To our young friends.
Hello.
You know who we're talking about.
Me.
Little boys in the car who are listening right now. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Jack's mates.
Good morning.
Change your jocks.
Change your jocks
Change
every
your jocks
day.
every
Yes,
day.
yes, every day.
Change your jocks, brush your teeth, and you know what? Stay out of trouble.
Clint, are you a daily jock changer?
Of course.
Yes, I would say I'm
We
a
say,
daily.
of course. You guys are the minority.
What are you talking about?
I think a lot of boys don't change their jocks every day.
I think clean boys change their jocks every
I know
day.
that Rich changes his underpants every day.
Thank goodness.
I think it's a start in life to be a daily jock changer.
Yes.
And I think from that moment you'll go on to bigger and better things.
Yeah.
Never trust a man with dirty underpants.
No, it's never trust a man with dirty shoes.
Dirty shoes, or because his underpants are probably dirty. There's probably in a business meeting you can't actually ask, can I see your underpants?
Well, you're not going to know if somebody's changed their underpants.
it's
not something.
It's usually a deal breaker, that.
I will be checking both of yours tomorrow.
Okay. Oh, for God's sake. Is
Well,
that
just
in your
to
contract?
check. It's in my contract.
Okay, there you go. And at any stage today, out on the streets of Dublin, Dr. Underpants, Lucy Kennedy, you may just stop randomly people and say...
And Dak, people.
And drop them, boy. Drop them.
We say Dak in Australia.
What's deck?
You pull your pants down.
All right, okay.
You Dak someone.
So you
I'm not going to dack anybody. I'll get arrested.
No. Check them then.
I think...
I'm just going to say, can I see your underpants, please?
I think today, from bringing this to the table, you now have a licence to pull trousers down today.
Thank you, Hazy.
And check underpants.
I'm not going to give them wedgies. I'm just going to dack them.
But there are occasions when there are emergencies. Mr. T.
Mr. T.
Hello, how's it going?
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Mr. T. Have you been caught out?
I wouldn't call it caught. I would just say lived in, you know.
Yeah, okay.
Survival.
So what is this survival, Mr. T, that you've had?
Well, I got caught with the same pair at the electric picnic
Yeah.
for 3 days, so
Yeah, okay. I know where you're coming from, yeah.
had to use a nail bar to take them off.
Oh, wow. Propia.
And one of the things as well, having been to the picnic many times, is that you have that choice to go in and have a big shower, but it may be the shower rooms can be particularly mucky, or you decide just to baby wipe shower for the entire weekend.
Oh, yeah. That's for the snobs.
What's your choice? Do you don't shower at all?
No. I'd be more of a John Rambo.
Okay.
You know,
yeah.
in the woods at night.
So how long are you single, Mr. T?
How dare you?
How dare you? Yeah.
Are you in a relationship with your smelly jocks?
I'm married, yeah.
He's married. He's a married man with kids.
She's worse.
There you go.
She's worse, he said. They're just smelly couple.
So there is a thing. You just get caught at electric picnic, and that's the choice of what do you do and what do you bring, or how often do you change?
You bring some loo paper and some jocks.
Loo paper. Loo paper is currency in electric.
Yeah.
You can sell loo paper in electric picnic.
Yeah. It's a bonus if you wake up in your pants, you know.
Exactly.
That's usually how the nights go.
Yeah, you know that you've had a good night.
Well, you know you've had a safe night.
Yeah, that's it.
All right,
hilarious.
Mr. T. Well, that is an occasion.
Back to that management meeting
Thanks
with
a
you.
lot.
See you now.
Cheers, take care. Bye.
Bye. Okay, that's it, Mr. T.
He left a management meeting to talk to us.
I know. Do you think they call him Mr. T in the management meeting?
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
On two films in the cinemas that you can see this week.
Yeah.
This is probably Liam Neeson's best film ever.
Oh, really?
Cold Pursuit. Here's a taste.
They killed my only son. He got mixed up with some drug dealer by the name of Viking. I'm gonna kill these guys.
Really?
Someone wants me dead.
We had turf war.
I will have blood for blood. What the hell's wrong with you?
Right, controversial.
It's so good, this. So he's a snowplow driver, small town. Everyone, he knows everybody. His son dies, was killed. He goes into a rage about this, as one would expect, and he takes on a drug cartel all by himself.
Well, of course he does. He's Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But is this not like Taken, but just a death? Like
it's taken
in the snow.
Why are his kids always taken?
It's just because.
I would much more ring social services and get him checked out as a dad.
Well, no, he fights the Indians. He fights everybody.
Yeah.
And he does it so well. It is so good. This, taking into account what he said recently, this is a brilliant black comedy. I mean, in every sense of the world.
Right.
No, but it is.
Wow,
it's dark.
Yeah.
It's horrifically violent.
Wow,
and
really?
it's hilariously funny.
Is it?
It's everything.
Just Quentin Tarantino directed. Who directs it?
No one like that.
Oh, I was going to say it's dark.
Yeah, but it is all of the. It's so funny. I'm going 4.5 stars. It's hilarious.
Wow.
Hang on. Back up your truck.
Yeah.
Meant to be hilarious.
Yeah, it's a dark comedy.
Oh,
it's meant to be
is.
totally
Right,
tongue in
okay.
cheek.
Because
Totally.
he's never in that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so this is taken,
really
but funnier. Like, it's all the.
Wow, that's really interesting because he's always in really action.
Well, do you not remember that comedy he did?
No.
Michael Collins. Oh, hilarious.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes. Moving on. So that's well worth seeing.
Really?
But sadly, I don't think anyone will.
I'm going to be really
because
honest. I've never heard of it.
It's
so
a bad time to release a movie like this, obviously, with Oscars. Everyone wants to see those proper films.
And
of
also in
course,
light of what he said.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we need to
sadly.
leave that behind.
Yeah.
I wish we could, but
Colm
I don't think.
has-
But I
the world
won't.
will.
Okay, great.
There you go.
Moving on. Another one that is worth a look is On the Basis of Sex.
The law assumes a caregiver has to be a woman. This is sex-based discrimination against a man.
So, Judge was wrong.
Mr. Moritz, the law is wrong.
They think gender equality is a civil right.
You must see the opportunity this case represents for men and women both.
You will lose, Ruth. And when you do, you will set the women's movement back 10 years.
You don't get to tell me when to quit.
Okay.
So this is the true story about Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who's not of well health at the moment, so good timing for this film to come out. But it is basically how she got to where she is and the cases that led for discrimination to sort of be almost eradicated in America because all these rules and regulations were pretty much cited for a man or a woman. It's just one of those, what I didn't like about this, it's just the typical American fly the flag, courtroom drama.
Right,
you can see the flag in the background, the triumphant music when she's doing her speech and all that sort of stuff. It's just
Obvious.
a little bit obvious.
It's like on any given movie.
Yes. Felicity Jones, though, is Ruth.
They say
she's
she's
great.
brilliant. This is her best ever.
And so is Armie Hammer, who played the twins in the very unfortunate-looking bloke from the Facebook film.
Oh,
Social
right,
Network.
okay.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
He's a hottie McCotter vibes.
Very unfortunate looking, yes.
Okay, so that...
the Ruth Ginsburg, that's fascinating, but I think this whole sexual equality and sexual...
it's relevant, obviously.
I don't know.
You're kind of done with sexual equality, are you?
I'm just done.
Are you, love?
You're done.
Yeah.
Is the world done with it, though?
I think so. I think we need to park all of these issues.
I
and
love
move
the way
on.
Rebecca's
Got a little way
parked
to go
sexual
yet.
No, I'm
equality.
done.
Out of 5.
It could have been so good, but it was... I'd rather go see Cold Pursuit again. This is 3 stars.
But apparently her outfits, the fashion and the design in it.
Oh, yeah, of the time. It's really, really good. And the real Ruth makes an appearance as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's good.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
I think I've found your perfect party.
Who's it, Brent Pope?
You don't need
You're
to
right,
go
he
near.
is.
You don't need to go near Tinder anymore. I have them sorted.
Go on.
Barry Scott.
Oh, my God. We'd be sit it bang.
Sillet Bang.
Yeah.
He's your man.
He's the perfect guy for me.
Barry, I could see you and him having...
We both shout.
You both shout.
Yeah.
You both would be so happy just hanging on to that Sillet Bang.
Yeah.
Your best time together could be cleaning bathrooms.
Yes.
You could share that moment.
Yes.
You and
Phone
Barry
him,
Scott.
phone him.
It's there. I've got it for you.
Oh, my God, we can make the ads together.
Yes. Oh,
Imagine all the free product I'd get.
Imagine the amount of cleaning products you would
Look at
have.
our house would be.
You would have a garage filled with cleaning
Barry wouldn't
products.
leave the food out the night before. He'd put it in the fridge.
Barry wouldn't, and Barry wouldn't kill you with rice.
And Barry definitely changes his jocks every day.
Oh, I'd say twice a day. Barry.
3 times.
I'd say he Sillet Bangs his jocks.
Who is Barry Scott?
What?
Who is he?
You know the Sillet
Oh,
Bang?
that's like saying, who is Jesus, Elaine?
No, I don't watch ads and recognise.
Do you know
people.
the Sillet
No,
Bang?
I
Do you know the
don't.
cleaning
It's
product?
like bang and the dirt is gone.
Yeah, I know that.
Hello,
him.
I'm Barry Scott, the new Sillet Bang. Yeah. Wow, it could
Oh
be
my
a true.
God. This makes so much more sense than me and Jamie.
Welcome to the Barry and Lucy show.
No,
We're cleaning
Barry
up.
doesn't talk like that. Look, if you want to be friends with me and Barry and invite it around for dinner.
He does talk like that.
Well,
Yeah.
not in real life.
Actually, we should try and get him. Barry Scott is portrayed by actor Neil Burgess, who has also appeared as a male paramedic
What?
in
There is
Walking...
not a real Barry.
No.
Oh my God, that's really sad.
He's also appeared as a male paramedic in Walking the Dead and Removals Man in Life Begins.
So he doesn't actually believe in Silipine?
Barry Scott, he began back in 2005, and he's featured the catchphrase, "Bang and the dirt is gone." Yeah.
Oh, Barry.
He's an actor.
He's not an actor. He loves cleaning like me.
No.
And together we'd clean together.
Okay, so there we go. But he is an actor.
He's not an actor. You're an actor.
Thanks.
You're a bad actor.
Don't take it out on me because he's an actor.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
Holly told you about the incident.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I said, I don't know, I think we were trying to have an intervention about you drinking a lot of red wine.
Yeah.
And she said, no, Lucy, it gets worse.
Okay.
Dad collected me from Dundrum Shopping Centre in Lycra.
No,
Go on.
okay.
There's very little you can say that's going to make me not retch.
There is a moment in time when you get caught needing to go to the toilet, and when okay, so I was in the gym.
Right.
I'd been in the gym, and I
So
was
smelly as well.
I was smelly. Yeah, I was in the gym. I was wearing Lycra trousers, and I had sort of
Lycra trousers,
Lycra leggings,
right?
Lycra leggings, and I had sort of little shorts over the leggings as well, right?
Why would you do that?
Because if you wear Lycra leggings, the top part you could look a little bit like a deformed ballet dancer with your
windmills.
Yeah, with the noodles there. So
Noodles.
So when you're cycling, you always put on another, so it's shorts over that.
Oh, because you're worried then and people know that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
The mouse in the house is not too big.
So I got to Dundrum. Oh, I was also wearing a cut-off vest, a Nike cut-off vest. Nothing about this is pretty.
No.
And I also was sweating profusely because I'd just come from the gym. So Holly had to go to Penny's in Dundrum because she needed to change something. And just as I got to the car park, I realised I drank a lot of water while I was in the gym, and I need to go to the toilet. And if I don't go to the toilet now, I'm not going to make it back.
Get away on your new car seat.
Yeah, so that's not going to look good at all. I'm not going to smell good. So Holly said, Dad, you cannot go through Dundrum Shopping Centre dressed the way you are.
Yeah, brand Nova. It's not good for our street.
It's not good. And she said, if you do, I'm not going in with you. I said, Holly, I have to. So what I did is...
But didn't you just wee into a cop? It would have been better for everybody.
In the car park?
Yes.
Well, could you imagine if they spotted a man in Lycra weeing into a cup?
They wouldn't be surprised when they found out it was you.
So I grabbed my gear bag with nothing in it and threw it over my shoulders to look like I was lost and didn't know where the gym was.
Yeah.
And then, this is a thing. Do people do this when they're wearing sports gear? I sort of lightly jogged.
Oh, God. With your little wimwams going left to right like
No, they were all tied in the Lycra.
Oh, yeah.
I lightly jogged through the concourse, sort of going, hey, yeah.
Oh,
look
no.
at me. Yeah, I know.
And as we all know, you're not discreet.
No, I'm not.
Were you waving at people and they didn't know who you were?
No, I was sort of keeping my head down, which seriously was slightly embarrassing because I didn't realise they put seats in the middle of the concourse now. Because I kept my head down so nobody
And you
see
ran into a seat?
Sort of ran into a seat, and there was an old man with a cap on, and I would have hit him right on the centre.
Was it a friend of Tom's?
So I'm not too sure. He looked like one of our friend of Tom's. So I got into the toilet, did the whole lot, came back, and...
What do you mean did the whole lot?
Well, I had a wee.
Okay.
Came back out, and I could see...
With your empty bag?
And Holly spotted me, and she wouldn't stand beside me. She actually walked across the other side, just nodding towards the car. Get in the car, for God, get in the car.
And what was on your head?
Swimming cap. No, there was nothing on my head. Why would there be something on my head? Why would I have anything on my head? But I would just like to apologise because there was a couple of people I could see. Now, I don't think I was particularly recognised, but I thought they felt sorry for the jogging man in the Lycra.
The sad,
sweaty jogging man in Lycra who ran through.
So I want to know is, were you in Dundrum Shopping Centre when this incident happened on Monday? Was it Monday?
It was Monday, yeah.
At what time?
It was Monday about 4:30.
Were you in Dundrum Shopping Centre at 4:30 on Monday? Did you see this sweaty vision
Yeah.
run past you? Are you, as we speak, in the Garda station?
And I'd like to apologise to the man who I almost ran into as well. And he was sitting down. I didn't know they put chairs there.
Were you wearing runners?
Oh, yes, I was wearing Nike runners as well.
Those little sweaty, gnarled ones that you have?
And white socks.
I just cannot believe you're married.
But the point was, sorry, when you're caught, you're caught.
Yes, just bring a little funnel.
People don't bring... Well, funnel has to go somewhere.
You could have weed in your car. You didn't have to do that to Holly. Now she's probably barred from the shopping centre.
Has anyone ever been that badly caught? I'd love to know. What do you do?
Wee in your car. I've weed in my... Well, no, not my car. Good morning, Renault. No, I haven't weed in my car.
You've never weed in a car?
No, but I've weed beside the car. Not this one, the other one.
She waits for me at night. It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
There's a big thing going around Instagram. It's actually Amy Huberman put it up yesterday, which is really interesting. And it was a letter addressed to... Here's the letter. So it's Brian O'Driscoll and Amy Huberman, Southside Dublin. That's it. And it got to her.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. So it's like you can just... Once you sort of have a name of some sort,
now,
that's
the only thing
recognisable.
that's a little bit disconcerting is the fact that people know where they live.
Well, that'd be the postman would know. So the postman would know very well where. So it's obviously
the sorting office would know.
Yeah, so it's the sorting office would send this to a very alert postman who then dropped it in because they are the royal family really of Ireland. People say
they are.
So Brian O'Driscoll and Amy Hooven, Southside Dublin. I don't know what was in the letter actually, but
probably just like a super fan card, you know?
Yeah, sort of hello, we love you. But I thought that was great. Now, this happened a number of years ago.
To Twink.
To Twink, you were saying, yeah.
Yeah, so literally it's a Twink Ireland and it arrived in her house.
Wow. It also happened to our man Brent Pope. Brent, good morning to you.
G'day.
G'day. Good morning.
G'day, Mike.
G'day, Mike.
Good day, mate. So you got a letter as well a number of years ago. What did it say?
It said Brent Pope, New Zealand.
No way.
And that's it. So was this when you were in New Zealand, or when you were?
The freakiest thing, it wasn't even Ireland. I think it might have been in middle letters. It definitely said Brent Pope, and then said from New Zealand. It was an envelope with a stamp in it. Well, how the hell they expected it to get to New Zealand for a start? But then it was delivered to me here in Black Rock. So
wow.
Oh my goodness.
You know, Om Post did a great job. So obviously it came down, and somebody said. A funny story on that years ago, the great rugby player Zinzan Brooker I knew well.
Yeah.
He was coming over to visit me one time. I'm going back maybe 20 years ago when he was playing over in the UK, and he was coming over to visit me in Dublin, and he didn't know the address, but he turned up to my house, and I said, how did you find where I was? And he said, I called into a grocer's shop, and they said, they didn't know, but he said, the butcher knows, Brent, and he said, he gave me the address. So he arrived in the back of a butcher's van.
No way!
Absolutely true story. He arrived in the back of a butcher's van, got out there with the meat mat with his all-back bag with him or something like that. And I said, how did you find me? He said, I went to a shopping place and said, do you know Brent Pope? He says, no, I don't really, but he said, I know the butcher does. And he said, I think he knows the 7 degrees of separation.
Yes.
Brilliant. But listen, tell me, the letter that you actually got addressed Brent Pope, New Zealand, what was it? Was it a nice letter? Was it a gushing letter? What was in it?
It was a letter. Obviously, I'd done a talk or something in somewhere, and I think it was a female.
Yeah.
Had written a note.
Was there a bra in the letter?
It was that. So she just heard me speak. I think it might have been something to do with mental health or whatever like that. And she said, I wanted to get in touch with you, but it didn't even come through. Sometimes you get them come through RT or whatever, or come through rugby channels like that. But that one just in New Zealand. What I could understand if it said Brent Pope, Ireland or even Southside Ireland, I can understand. But I mean, Brent Pope, New Zealand.
That is
somebody
unbelievable.
Didn't send it to New Zealand. Said Brent Pope's not actually living in New Zealand. He's over here, and brought it round to my house.
Well, it's obviously how famous you are, Brent, at this stage, and we're going to carry out a social experiment in a few minutes and actually send a letter to obviously my Coco colleague here, who's very famous as well. So we'll do that in a few minutes' time. But just while
it's really embarrassing. Like my neighbours don't even know my name.
So we'll see if it works out. I'm not going to put money in it and I expect the money back. But just while we have you on the line, now it was a break last week, but we're back this week. Ireland are playing Italy on Sunday, obviously over in Italy. I was listening actually to Conor O'Shea on another station, and he was talking about how Italy at the moment are depleted from a few players. Will this be an easy one for the Irish?
Well, it should be, but that's the slight problem, I think, on a couple of areas. I think Joe Schmidt obviously has to play a lot of the fringe players because it's getting quite tight for him to assess, like, who's going to take to Japan. In some positions, like, I suppose, back row, front row, even second row now, you know, there's quite a lot of competition. So he's got to sift through that in the next few weeks. So once they lost to England, I think he thought that, okay, the championship is gone. Let's have a look at some of these other players, like the Joey Carberries, the Quinn Roos, the fringe guys, see if they're up to go to Japan. So he's got to put out a team a bit like Wales did in that sense, but he's also got to be slightly wary that, you know, Italy will see this as being, look, it's been a disaster. I used to work with Connor and I'm good friends with him, but it's been a disastrous few years for him.
Yeah.
Italy have flatlined a bit. You know, there's talk of maybe Georgia should be stepping up and maybe taking that spot in the Six Nations. So Italy really need a win. So they're going to probably go after Ireland in the sense that it's an Irish. Yeah. I don't like to say, but it's a weakened Irish side that he'll probably put out. So they just have to be wary of that. Yes, I'd expect Ireland to win, but I just think they wouldn't want to take it too lightly.
Okay.
Split round at them. So Ireland to win, but Italy to, you know, to put up slightly more problems than people might think.
It'll be an interesting one as well because everyone seems to have injuries. I see Scotland are well out. Stuart Hogg, I think, is badly injured as well. So there's a lot of the teams with a lot of injuries. It'll be an interesting weekend. Our man Brent Pope from New Zealand. That's all you need to know.
That's all you need to know. The ladies sending letters.
Okay, well, ladies sending letters and other favourable items.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
Now, we were just mentioning there, talking to Brent there beforehand, the social experiment, that there was a letter sent to Amy Huberman and Brian O'Driscoll, and it just said Southside Dublin, which just shows how famous they are. How famous they are, which is really, and that's what it's all about. The more famous you are, like you could probably send a letter to Rihanna and just go Rihanna, and it would get to her, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just wondering.
You'd have to do the country because she travels a lot.
So we're just wondering, because of yourself here, and obviously
come on.
Ireland's Got Talent on Saturday, you know, and
Saturday at 7:30, Virgin Media 1.
Living with Lucy, sorry.
You are a sad little weekend challenge. That was crap.
Dirty Old Chance, almost award-winning. But anyway, so I'm going to write you a letter. Okay, and I'm gonna write it. I have it here.
A love letter?
We're actually doing this in Insta. We're going to do it here. I'm going to send it.
Yeah.
I'm going to put an address on it and see if it
you
gets.
Just pass it over the desk to me.
No. So here's the letter. So I'm writing it out. Dear Lucy, love you, but watch your back.
Oh my God, that's threatening. On Post won't send that.
They can't open it. They won't see it.
They'll know.
Signed,
Hazy
Digby. Okay, so that's the letter there.
Oh my God, it's threatening.
That's the letter there. So if you get this letter, Lucy, you'll know it's from.
Digby.
So
does Digby look like Jamie Dornan? I just want to get a visual.
No, Digby looks like Old Tom.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
Do you remember? I should send it from Old Tom. So I'm sealing the envelope now, Lucy.
Ew, you licked it. It's got your bad breath on it.
Salmon wind. So what we're going to do is, so I'm just going to put Lucy Kennedy. I'm actually writing the envelope now, Lucy Kennedy, and I'm just going to go very Southside Dublin. Okay.
Oh my God, this is where I find out
Dublin.
if my postman knows where I live.
So we're just taking the picture of there. We're on Instagram, so there it is. There.
Let me see.
So there it is, Lucy.
Oh, what's with the weird writing? Oh, you've got the O in Southside. I'm so embarrassed for you.
Oh, didn't you? There it is over there. South.
Okay, writing's not great.
Okay, so so there you go. We're going to send that letter today. How long did it take for the other letter to get to them? Do we know?
15 years.
To get to Amy Huberman. They were going out at that stage.
I'm only joking.
So we're going to send that as a social experiment and see if it gets you. Now, the only person we know that listens to us from Unpost is Alan from Dunleer.
Yeah.
So unless Alan is looking for a transfer
I'll
right
say
now.
Alan knows where I live, though, because he is a hardcore fan of the station. But listen, this has to get to me because a Donegal postman delivers a letter that said, your man Henderson, that boy with the glasses, Buncrana in County Donegal, and it got to him.
Got there. Okay. So this is...
So why do you put Lucy Kennedy big jabs?
So because that's a lie, and it'll go to another Lucy Kennedy who actually has it. So the point is that this is A, a test for Unpost, and B, a test to see just exactly how many people know you.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
But there's a little thing that's saying, there's a little list in the paper today. I thought we could talk about this and people can text in at 0871811. And it's called You Know You're Old If.
Oh.
Now, I suppose for me, I'm thinking, God, if 8 hours sleep isn't enough and you're still a bit tired, it's probably a little sign, is it?
Well, wait, did you go to the gym last night?
Actually, I did, yeah. I went to the gym yesterday afternoon.
Maybe you're just mentally tired working with me.
You know, actually, my therapist had said that as well. She said, I've watched her on television. Watch it, boy. This is all she said.
Wow. Yeah. Don't let us go to you, boy. Please continue.
Well, it's a therapy thing, you know what I mean? It's a regression thing. Okay. Any of these...
Make me feel tired. Okay.
Strike a bell to you, right?
Right, do it.
Okay, here's the list. You know you're old.
Play the game if you're in the car or at home or in the bath.
And if there's something in particular, 087181811. Well, the one big thing is you know you're old when you walk into a room and you stand there and you go, why did I walk into this room? What am I doing in this room?
No, that has never happened to me.
That never happened to you?
No, give me a murmur.
Okay, I have to find me murmurs. There. Oh, my murmurs are gone. No, they're not. There they are. So that never happened to you?
No. Next.
Okay, it happens to me a lot.
Okay, well...
Especially when I came in this morning. Oldish.
Older.
All sex scenes in movies you find intrusive.
No.
You were flinching. I was showing you something last week with Jack Nicholson and you were flinching.
I was flinching because we're in a work environment. It's going to be stuck in my history and you were watching.
Okay. You're bored with bad grammar.
No.
I don't care. I don't care, actually. I think the don't caring thing is we'll get one of those. I think as we're in our 20s.
Jeez, I think we're actually almost too young.
Yeah, you either hoard or declutter constantly.
Declutter constantly. You're the hoarder, aren't you?
I'm the hoarder, yeah, I'm the hoarder.
I'd love to get into your...
Jeez, I don't think so. I think you get lost there. Some of my rooms, there's just so much stuff. There's some... Well, I mean, it's not like there's bags and bags and cats.
When we were filming Lucy in Disguise with Diamonds, somebody from our market, it was Clint, went through your CD collection.
Yeah, I know, it's very old and dusty. Yeah,
some of the stuff's still in plastic.
I know, some of it's in plastic. So I forgot to bring in the Backstreet Boys, by the way.
Oh, would you bring that in? You love them.
You forget your neighbour's name.
No.
Oh, that happens to me all the time.
Does it?
But not you. Yeah. There's a lot of neighbours. We're not a very neighbourly area.
Are you not?
Not particularly, no.
We're real hidey-ho neighbours.
No. Would you leave the back door open? Would the neighbour be standing there like in his boxes going, hey-ho, Lucy, came for some sugar today?
No, why would my
Got any baby oil? It's hot out there.
No. Because like Donald Trump, I built a wall.
Okay, yeah. But you don't have neighbours just walking in?
No, but we do live in a real Oakley-dougly.
Yeah.
We do live in quite a friendly kind of cul-de-sac place where we're all mates.
Yeah, we're sort of more in an area where what are you doing at my gate? I know you're living here 20 years. We don't have sugar. We don't. And if we did, we don't loan it out.
Hey, see, look, that said, last night was Wednesday night.
Yeah.
My next door neighbours have a party every Wednesday night.
And you're not invited.
9 years later, no.
You chat at the shop checkouts.
Always.
Oh,
but I've been doing that literally since I was in a pram.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. Well, it's a sign that you're getting old if you just stand there. Do you know those the two people that stand there and you're behind them and they go on? Yes,
and you're in a hot sweat because you got hazards on. And
they're going through their bags.
Yes.
How's your little Deirdre now?
Take out your bloody change.
I know. There should be just a checkout aisle.
I get really aggressive.
There's an express checkout aisle, and the next one is for L1s only who want to talk.
Yeah.
Morning, Alwyn's.
Morning, Alwyn's. That's my dad, basically.
That's my mum as well, actually, when you think about it. And we're all heading
Dad
there.
goes into chat.
And finally, you still use your checkbook.
Well, now, I probably do still use my checkbook.
For what? What can you buy with a checkbook?
Any extras in the creche.
You use a checkbook?
I know, it's really embarrassing because they just say, look, just transfer. And I go, well, I'll just write you a check.
Okay. Well, out of what?
Do you still have a checkbook?
No, I don't have a checkbook. I can't actually remember the last time I wrote a check. Yesterday, you asked me to...
I think it's quite sad.
You asked me to post something yesterday, and I have no idea how to post something.
Oh, for God's sake, just put it in a bloody envelope and I'll get the stamps.
But where do you put it? Who do you give it to?
In a letterbox.
What letterbox?
There's letterboxes everywhere. There's one down the road from my house.
God, I'm so hipster. I don't know how to...
You're not hipster, you're just thick.
I'm not. Sorry, I'm
different.
hipster. I'm hipster, which means I need to cycle with this stuff to deliver it rather than post it. And I've no checkbook. I'm a hipster. Then let's face it.
You're not a hipster. You're just a boring, sad.
Thank you.
Friend.
Thank you. There's one thing I do know, and this is it. This, for me, in this business, is I know I'm getting old because...
we don't talk about...
No. This is when a gig is announced, right? The first thing I check is parking.
Oh, my God.
I know. How bad is that?
Well, I'm with you, right?
Okay.
If we're going out, like as in friends, if I'm going out with anybody...
Yeah.
And I'll say, like, where are we going?
Yeah.
I'll think to myself, good, there's always seats.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
If you want to join in on that, 087181810.
You know you're old when?
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
You know you're old. Keep them coming in, everybody. 087181810. Mine was, I know I was old when I turned on spin and I got a terrible fright. You know you're old when you take out your tie to do a wee.
Oh, no.
I don't get that.
You know you're old when your children begin to look middle-aged.
You know you're getting old when you've more hair growing out of your ears than on top of your head.
We talked about that the other day, didn't we? Yeah.
Did we get the answer to do you shave your ears?
We did. I said, no, I don't. That was it. That was the answer, really.
Oh, it wasn't a great answer.
You know you're old when you look forward to a dull evening. Do you know that sort of evening when we'll just close the door and the curtains and everything?
That's every evening for me.
But Netflix. I started watching Baptiste last night.
Well,
yeah, it's on Sunday nights on BBC. It's absolutely brilliant, really, really good. But again, it was like looking forward to that moment.
But I love that. Like, there's nothing I love more, right, than just getting it, like maybe having a nice bath, getting into my pajamas, having a glass of wine, sitting on the couch and watching Netflix.
Yeah, well, that's, you're old. 3-day hangovers. Who gets 3-day hangovers anymore?
Me.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it terrible?
Yeah.
It's like you go in on Friday night and on Tuesday you're still going, what's wrong with me?
know you're old when you're out or before you go out, you're planning on when you're coming home. I do that.
Yes, you do.
So
you do that months in advance.
Yeah.
You'll actually, we'll be going out in like three weeks' time and you'll go, okay, yeah, but now we're going home at 12. And I go, well, no, I might hang out. No, we're going home at 12. That's it. All right, so I'm leaving you there.
So what I do is I start to panic about the hours of the amount of sleep I'm going to get. So my whole theory is start early, go hard, go home.
There's a big sign in most nursing homes that say that. Yeah, you're old, yeah.
I don't like going out at like 9 o'clock. I like to go out at 7 o'clock and I like to be...
What?
This is a real you're old.
And I like to be cleansed in bed at midnight.
Yeah.
Oh, Lucy.
Now, wait a sec. I do have 3 small children, so somebody could wake up in the middle of the night.
Like... But I
could quite comfortably start at 6.
But could you still not stay out to like find yourself in a sort of a gin club at 3 a.m. in the morning?
See, those days are over.
Playing gin rummy with 4 Asian sailors.
Oh no, those days are over, but they will come back.
Do you think so?
Well, Jess is too. So she was in her bed last night. Like, you can't be a mess.
No, they're not going to come back. If you've gone there, you've gone there. There's no.
Like, I slept with her foot in my ear.
Yeah, but if that was the foot of an Asian soldier in a gin restaurant, that'd be different.
Rich wouldn't be happy.
No.
Or maybe he'd be delighted because he is trying to get rid of me, guys.
You're
Ever
old.
since I announced being on Tinder.
Yeah. Teresa and Glass now in the text in say, you're old when you have to pack earplugs for a gig.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's hardcore. Yeah. All right. We won't go over to Lane because she's not old yet.
You know you're old when you look at festival lineups and think I'd rather go camping on my own than listen to that.
There you go, yeah. God. And also when you go look at a festival, you go, so the car park is there, the tents are there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a long walk.
Or what about this? I rarely go anywhere that doesn't have a loo.
Well, that's okay, unless you're going to the North Pole.
But some restaurants don't have a loo.
No, they don't.
Restaurants have a loo. It's illegal. What restaurant do you go to that doesn't have a loo?
I went to a shop when I was living with John Connors. In Portmarnock.
Yeah.
I ran in, literally about to wee everywhere, and they said, no, we don't have a shop, you've got to go next. We don't have a loo, you've got to go next door.
A shop doesn't have to have a toilet, but a restaurant does.
It was a shop.
Shops probably do, they just didn't want to let you use it.
Do you know what it is, actually?
A little bit of wee came out, don't tell anyone.
That means you're definitely getting old.
Okay.
Yeah. You're getting very old when your pelvic floor just does not work.
Ooh. Okay.
It's the best of the Colm and Lucy Breakfast Show on Radio Nova.
That's it from the Colm and Lucy podcast. We'll have another podcast up next week. And remember, you can join us live on the radio. Radio Nova, Monday to Friday, 6 to 10.
The Colm and Lucy Podcast. Seriously addictive podcasting.
From Nova.ie and Radio Nova.